everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about speaking part 3. In speaking part 3, you will be describing a scene. You will be provided with an image and you have to describe what you see in the picture. Basically, the instruction is describe some things in this picture the best that you can. The person with whom you are speaking cannot see the picture. So in speaking part 3, you are talking to the computer like you are talking to someone. Now, what do you need to do in speaking part 3? First, note that you cannot typically talk about everything in the photo if there are so many elements spread out in the picture. So focus on the things you can describe. Some pictures can be very chaotic. There are so many things spread out in the pictures and you're like, where do I start? You don't have to worry. You don't have to bother about that. Describe some things in the picture the best that you can. Now, where should you begin? First, you have 30 seconds to study the image. This is not a long time. 30 seconds is close your eyes and open it, it is gone. Well, how can you use your time productively? First of all, you have to think of a general statement that will give the listener an overview of the scene. Think about a general statement that will give the person you're speaking to an overview of the scene. For example, I cannot just call my friend and say, hi, Sonia. There is a woman sitting by a little boy wearing a blue skirt. Oh my God, where is that coming from? It's so out of the blue. So first, you have to think of a general statement. What is this general statement? What is this picture about? During your preparation time, do not start studying, okay, this is a boy, he's playing a game, or this is a girl, she's painting, or this is a woman who... No, do not worry about that. You can figure that out as you go. First, think about an overview. What is this picture about? You could say something like, this is a picture of a very chaotic classroom. I can see kids of different ages. You just give the listener an overview. Or you could say, this is an image of kids playing in the park. I can see 6 or 7 kids with some adults. You just gave a general statement. This is a picture of a family having a picnic in the park. Just think, what is this picture? You have to think about that during the 30 seconds you have to prepare. It is very important that you give an overview of the scene. Do not just start by describing the photo. So a mistake a lot of test takers make is just saying, this is a family. You can give a little more detail. This is a family of 4 having a picnic in the park, and I can see different food on the table. Give a general statement. That will help the listener prepare the mind, or that will prepare the mind of the listener to know what they are going to hear. After that, you need to consider some very specific details that you would use to describe the picture. What do we mean by very specific details? One thing you should know is that in speaking part 3, there are a lot of things in the picture, several things. Maybe there are 5 kids in the picture. Now, when you want to describe 5 kids, you have to use very specific details. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what kid you're talking about. I wouldn't know, are you talking about this kid or this kid? But let's assume, again, there are 5 kids in a picture, and you start by saying, there is a girl with long hair wearing a blue skirt and a yellow shirt. I already know, everyone automatically knows which child you are talking about. Or you say, I can see a boy holding sticks trying to hit the ball. There are several kids in a picture, right? But I know there is just one boy holding stick trying to hit the ball. So I know that is where you're starting from. So you're going to consider some specific details you will describe in the picture. This makes it easier for the raters to follow through in your response. Let me outline it again. Step number 1, give an overview of the scene. Step number 2, you decide where you are going to start. You decide a starting point. During your preparation time, that is also what you should decide. Am I going to start from this part of the picture, or am I going to start from this part of the picture? Once you've decided where you're going to start, be sure to describe the picture in a systematic way. What do I mean by that? There are several things in this picture. Do not start from the left and go all the way to the right and come all the way to the back and go all the way to the front. That would be very chaotic. The readers may find it very hard to follow the flow of your description. Sometimes in class, when students are describing photos, pictures or images, you can tell maybe a student start from here and go there and come back. Everyone is like, where is she? Where is she? Where is he? What try to I figure it out? You don't want to do that on the test. Decide a starting point. Okay, I'm going to start from here and I'll work my way through this way to the left, to the right, and come all the way back to where I start from. You should decide on a technique or a strategy you're going to use before you start speaking. And then the moment you start speaking, that's where point number 3 comes in place. Consider some very specific details you will use to describe the image. Makes it easier and faster for the readers to know, okay, she's talking about this person, and now she's moving on to this person, and now she's moving on to this person. All right? Now, it's very important, again, you describe the picture in a systematic way. So I could start by saying, this is a picture of a busy street. There are people of all ages engaging in several activities. Perfect. And then I'm going to start from one location. Continue all the way round till you get to the end of the picture. During your preparation time, you might be able to notice, like, you might be able to figure out, I don't think I can talk about every single details in this picture. That's okay. That's completely okay. But rather than describing the picture in a random order, just do it systematically. And if you stop somewhere halfway, that is completely okay. But try to cover as much as you can in the picture. From one point to another, another thing you can do is group things together. Maybe there are 4 kids playing a game. Rather than saying there's one boy holding the stick and next to him is a girl holding another stick, and after her, there's another boy wearing blue shirt holding a stick, you can group all 4 of them together. There are 4 boys holding sticks and playing a game of this. And then you move on to another part of the picture, right? So you should use phrases like next to him, just right to her, behind him, in front of her, underneath, below, above. Use expressions like that. Prepositional phrases like to, next, at. You don't always want to use after that, I can see a boy. After him, I can see a girl. After her, you're being watched on repetition. You don't want to say after that, after that, after that. 10 seconds do that a lot. You don't want to keep saying after that, after that, after that, or I can see a girl. I can also see a tree. I can also see a car parked by the side. I can also. You do not want to repeat expressions like that over and over and over again. So use transition phrases. We know transitional phrases are where it's like, however, on the other hand, well, now you're describing a picture. You possibly cannot use all of that. Use phrases like next to him, on his right, behind him, below him, beside, to, next, prepositional phrases and transition words like that. You must use them. Otherwise, you will be repeating the same expressions over and over again. And that is something you do not want to do. Now, I'm going to display a question on the screen right now, and would use a 30 seconds preparation time. During the time, I'm going to decide on where I will start and how I am going to describe the picture in a systematic way. And then also take note of the connectors I'm going to use, the prepositional phrases I'm going to use, and the very specific details I would use to describe the image. I would share that now so you can see the question and then the preparation time. Be sure to start speaking as soon as you hear start speaking now. Be sure to use your whole speaking time, your whole recording time. So start the moment they start speaking and be sure you're ending as soon as it says time is up. because everything you say after time is up will not be recorded. Oops, my preparation time is almost over. Okay, get ready.
Start speaking now.
This is an image of a street. I can see people of different ages engaging in different activities. On the far end of the picture is the Bank of Canada. In front of the bank is a red car slowing down. Beside the car, there is a market that sells vegetables and fruit. Next to the market or in front of the market is a couple trying to cross the road. In front of the couple, I can see a young man pulling his dog towards him. On the other side of the picture, I can see a little girl and an adult trying or figuring out how to get a balloon that is stuck on the tree. In front of them is a young man chasing after a little boy who is chasing after his orange ball right in the middle of the pedestrian crossing. And right in front of the little boy, the little girl, and the young man trying to get a balloon is a couple taking a walk along the road.
Time is up.
Okay, I timed out, but I successfully described almost everything in this photo. There are some things I didn't talk about, like the coffee shop, and I didn't fully talk about this couple who's taking a walk along the road. That is completely okay. But you can see that I followed the instruction, which has described some things that are happening in the picture below as well as you can. And as you notice, I gave a general overview by saying it's a street, people of different ages engaging in different activities. And I started here. I decided to start here. It's completely up to you. You can choose to start with this couple and work your way through, but I figured that it's easier to start from here and work my way down here all the way to this part of the photo. It's completely up to you. You decide on a starting point and just be sure you describe the picture systematically. I didn't start from the Bank of Canada, talk about this red car, and I came all the way to this couple and I went back to the market. No, I started here and I went to the market, and I went to the couple and I went here. Be sure to describe the picture in a systematic way. Be sure to use good transition words so you don't repeat. I can see, I can see, I can see, I can see, in front of, in front of, in front of. There is, there is, there is. Use a wide range or wide variety of vocabulary. All right. I think this will help you, hopefully, as you prepare your speaking part 3. Of course, try what works for you, but these are the basic rules. First, think of a general statement before you start speaking. Second, decide a starting point, where you want to start and how you want to go around the picture. Third, think of specific details you would use to describe the picture so that the person with whom you're talking or you're speaking to can understand the photo. And finally, what's the last point again? Try to describe as much as you can, but do not panic. Do not worry if there are things you cannot talk about. Speak as soon as you hear start speaking now. And note that whatever you say after time is up will not be recorded. I just want to quickly look at something again in this picture. If I want to be a little more specific, I could say, talking about this guy, since I've already mentioned a guy here, and there's also a guy here, although I said there's a young man. When I talk about this, I said there's a young man. If I want to be a little more specific, even though you can clearly understand when I say a young boy is chasing after, this is what I'm talking about. But you could say a young man or a young boy wearing an orange shirt and a blue pant or a blue jean. You can say that to be more specific. All right. Hopefully, this will help you as you prepare for your Celpip speaking part 3. Thank you and bye. If you enjoyed watching this video, please subscribe, like, and share with your friends as this helps us grow. Bye.